It's Bella and welcome to Beauty on a Budget and another dupe day. Now, as I've said 1,000 times before, and I'm sure you're fed up with hearing it, when I look for a dupe palette, I'm not only just looking for something that looks like it, because they can make palettes that look identical, but when you're looking for a dupe, obviously you want similar colours, same colours as near as you can, but you also want the consistency and the lasting power as much as you can get on a budget palette that would compare to a high-end palette. Now when I've done a couple of the Anastasia ones, the dupes for the Anastasia ones, that palette looks practically exactly the same as the Anastasia palette. It's laid out very similar and it looks very similar. Now, the one I want to do for you today is the Naked Heat palette. I think there are a lot of copies for Anastasia palettes, but I think the market is bombarded with palettes that are dupes for Urban Decay. All Urban Decay palettes, and the Naked Heat is no exception. There are some that are laid out exactly the same, that look exactly the same. But as always when I do these dupes for you, I test and test and test until I think I found the one that I think does the best job, that looks and feels in texture similar to the Naked palettes. And the one that I've come up with this time is the Makeup Revolution one, and this is called Reloaded and it's called Iconic Fever. Now, it's not laid out anything like the Naked palette, but the consistency of it and the pigmentation and the lasting power is very, very good. I've got a look on with it today. Now, the thing is with these, particularly these Reloaded palettes, I love them. I absolutely love them. But most of Makeup Revolution I do, you know. But there is no colour inside. There's no colour chart. So what I will do, I'll do Get Ready With Me with my eyes for you. And I'll mark 1, 2, 3, 4 so you know what I've used. So you know what I'm putting into my eyes at the time. It is a lovely palette. It does blend really, really well together, and I am really pleased I bought this. It may be one I would have overlooked had I not been looking for a dupe for the Naked Heat. But I'm so glad I didn't overlook it, and I'm so glad I bought it. For my dupes, I would say this is one of my favourites because I really like the pigmentation, I really like how it lasts, and I like how it looks. I like everything about these palettes. And they are £4 from either the Revolution site or from Superdrugs in the UK. So let's go ahead and see what I look like putting it. So this hasn't got a chart in it with the names in it or anything. So what I'll do is I'll put a little picture up and I'll put 1, 2, 3 as I'm using it so you know which colours I'm using. But it doesn't have a chart in it. I like this palette a lot, as I said. It's very, very nice. So I'm going to start. I've got my foundation on and I've got a bit of concealer here. And I've got concealer on my lids as a primer. So we are going to start with this one. I'll put a list in. And I've got a little mirror here so I can see what I'm doing. So we're going, if I'm looking slightly off centre, it's because I'm looking in the mirror. So we'll start with this one, all over the lid. I always tend to start with, as most of us do really, with a base colour. just a nice creamy base colour. Now I want to go today for quite a fiery look, because although it's got more subtle tones in it, it is the Heat palette. So, well, the dupe for the Heat palette. So I want to go for a slightly more fiery look, really, than perhaps I would normally do. So I'm going to start in the crease and just work slowly in the crease here. And I haven't got the brush I need. What's new? And I'm going to start with the very, very orange one in the corner. And I'm just going to just put that into the crease. You see, guys? Just into the crease. You don't need a lot. They're quite pigmented palettes, as you can see. Over like that. So we've got that in the crease. Now, when I've done that, I take a bigger brush like this, which is really used, I normally use this for powder around my nose. But I've used it before for eyeshadow blending. I'm sure you've seen me. And I like to use this big brush because I like a really even blend. And if I do it with this, it's such a big brush, if you can see what I'm doing, that you get that really nice even blend. And I will do the other eye the same. So when I'm happy with that, and I think that's blended fine, I'm going in with a darker one. I'll put a list of one I'm doing. And I'm using a very thin, it's a little Real Techniques really thin detail brush. And I want to follow the crease, but right at the base. So if you can see, I'm following the crease, but just right at the very base. All the way round. Like that. And then I'm going to blend that up to go in with the first colour. Okay, so that's that done. And now I'm going to take an even darker one, but I'm just going to use this on the outer V and bring it in sort of to the, about a third of the eye. So we just want to go down to the V. I'm still using that little detail brush. You can see it's quite pigmented, so be careful how you work these. These palettes are these reloaded palettes. I really like them. I actually like to get some more. So as you can see, I'm just tapping that on up to the last third of my eye and then very slightly over to a V. Now I'm going to get that big brush again and slowly, not big sweeps, slowly just work that in that area. Over, just slowly work that in the area like this. Have a look to see if you're satisfied. I want that to come in just a little bit more. Come into the centre. Not really the centre, sort of a third. And this is a deep pigment, I think, pigmented shade or palette altogether. Take the time blending. Don't push hard, but make sure you work on those ends. Going upwards, always going upwards. Working on the ends. And I'll do the same with the other eye. Okay, so when I've done that, the next thing I do is get that dark colour again. And I'll come right up next to my lashes. I don't want a lot of colour to show. So I come from the corner of where my eye finishes, there, as if that was a wing, imaginary. And then I bring it right up. So I've barely got any colour there. And you want a really tiny little brush for this. Inside and bring it up. So it's more done, more like a liner really than actual smudgy shadow. Really, literally between the lashes. And bring it up to meet that part. Put an imaginary wing. Imagine it was there where you go. Make sure that's blended there. Then we want to take the first colour again, just to make 100% sure that's blended. Just go along the brow line. It's sort of a medium blending brush, medium blending brush like that. Make sure that's finished and coming right into that so it transcends. Is it transcends? I'm trying to use big words now. Into the other one, like that. With all colours, I know I've said it 1,000 times, guys. With all eyeshadows, blending is really important. But it takes longer when you've got bold looks, you know? Because there's nothing worse than an actual finish line. It must literally mould into each other. I'm going to take 2 shades together. I'm going to take the second shade and the third one along. I'll mark them, so this will be 1 and 2. I'm putting them on my finger and just putting a little bit of both on. And then with my finger, I'm just going to bring that on there like that. So it's the 2 colours together. And pat that into the lid. I always find that if I do this little patting motion, it helps with if I've got any creases on my lid. You know, my creases, my own personal creases, not the makeup. So, bring it into the corner, like that. And just make sure it's into that corner. You know, here, just into that corner. You can do that with your finger, but you've got to sort of know where to touch, and so it just brings it into the corner. Probably better be doing it with a brush, really. There we are, there. And that is the shadow done. I'll go and complete my makeup and I'll be back with you. Okay, so that blended really nicely, didn't it? Could you see that? I was so happy with the way it blended. I am really chuffed with this palette. I may get a backup of it for maybe an upcoming giveaway. But I'm not going to talk about that yet. So, very happy with that. I am very happy with it. So that's the Makeup Revolution, Iconic Fever, and the collection of palettes is called Reloaded. I think there's about 4 of them. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I really enjoyed putting that palette on. I was so chuffed when I did. I thought, oh my goodness, this year I found a real winner here. So I was really pleased. So if you're interested, I'll put all the details below. I'll also list below where you can find it. And if possible, I will try and find where you can find it in the US as well. Because I know a lot of my friends are from the US. So you take care of yourselves, guys. Have a great weekend. Don't do nothing I wouldn't. I'll see you again on Tuesday. God bless one and all. Bye. Bye.